Right. So yeah, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to all the peoples coming today and also supporting us today. So today I would like to introduce what is decentralized science in Japan. So this is the real first day. Thank you. And before we, I introducing what is like our event, a little bit shortly introduce what is decentralized science is. So the Sarah's actually like a keynote speaker. She mentioned that the decentralized science is like combining some decentralized technology with like some open science issues to solve that problems. That is just conceptual ideas and then nothing really like concrete. However, like there are multiple players already exist and working on that kind of problems. And actually like BDAOs and BBDAO, Michael's, we already have like such players here. So I'm so excited. I don't have time to like, explain all the players. So I don't. But the problems that those people want to solve is that there are multiple problems in science. Like for example, like high cost journal publishing, like Nature journals, like asking us researchers to a lot of fees to make the papers like free access. And also we have a bunch of volunteer works, like no payment for the peer review services. And also that is quite incentivized to generating new ideas and novel ideas. So we don't use our cost to recheck what is like reproducible or not. So the reproducibility crisis, that is also big problems in the last decade. And lastly, like for example, in drug development, maybe high cost for like R&D is also big problems. So the ideas in a decentralized science is that they also want to solve the problems with this blockchain technology and or other decentralized technologies. These I already proposed several methods to solve those kind of problems. I don't have go through all the details, but one idea is proposed by BDAO, the DAO for funding longevity study, is that combining NFT with intellectual property, IP, and like that accelerate the liquidity or in the market. So you can exchange the IP through the NFT market. That's the whole idea. And the DAO-based grant models that also like the beta DAOs also propose is that a lot of people pay via tokens. Based on that monies, we invest the certain kind of research. For example, in the beta DAO, they fund some longevity studies. So, and based on that, like there are a bunch of other methods try to support try to solve the problems I said. And this is not, DeSci is not the only player I think try to like change the science. I think there are multiple other new players try to solve that kind of problems. One is, I guess, the very big company Atlas Lab. That is also longevity research, but it's mega farm. So like they raised over like billions of dollars, to solve the longevity studies. And also like Arc Institute proposed a different kind of ways to do the research. So DeSci, today's topic is DeSci, but other players are also working on it. So we have to also understand what the differences between them and how we can utilize them. I think a basic idea about how we use science is like to overcome somehow the barrier of this, like how we can utilize the science as a technologies. And as I say, there are a bunch of models try to somehow use the basic research to make it as the product. There's also always like a funding gap, and also like a technological gap between them. So yeah, that's the very big problems. And mega pharma cases, they try to solve all the problems within one institute. And for for example, OpenAI, they have two types of models, like non-profit organizations and profitable organizations. So they basically like having a different institute to pursue different purposes. Like one is for more research, one is for more the product development. The grant DAO proposed by like multiple DeSci players. The key idea would be that this is like proposed by Alok from BioBios, but the essential idea is using community to promoting some IP to make it as a kind of part of product development. So this is, I think, kind of one idea to overcome such problems. And behind this movement, I think there is one very big philosophical movement in the last decade. This is like an example in the US, but they found that the NIH is the one of the very biggest institute in the US. That grant amount is like actually, the private grant is actually overwhelmed the amount of NIH grants. So like already like philanthropic activities like quite active now in the last decade, at least in the US. And that there are a lot of people trying to do that. One reason is that they also want to seek the transparency in a philanthropic activity. So they want to transparent their activities. So they want to use scientific method to make it transparent. And so that is tightly combined, relevant to like evidence-based policy making that also discussing in a government too. So yeah, decentralized science is quite vague idea yet, but let's tentatively define 3 layers. This is like my proposal. So I think some decentralization in science could be the 3 layers. One would be like ecosystem. Maybe some people would say like diversity. So university, private foundation have their own purposes to pursue their own research. So that is quite ecosystem level. Second part would be like more data and IP levels to accelerate the transactions among them. And that the individual ID is also associated with that. The final level is a governance. So it's called a decentralized governance. We have some bunch of methods like DAOs and quadratic funding to support such collective decision making. So finally, I'd like to introduce the purpose of this Decentralized Science Tokyo Conference 2023. This is not like, we don't tell the truth of the DAOs or DeSci. Just this is like the beginning to initiate the discussion on decentralized science and share progress, what is happening in the ecosystem. And I want you to, each one of you to join by writing, coding, and organizing. So we have a bunch of speakers today. Like, thank you very much for the speakers coming. I'm really excited, not only like the people from outside Japan, and also people Japan's also joined today. So, and today's session actually like we posted the schedules, but we have like 2 amendments today. So after this, Sarah is going to, it's a recorded talk, but she's going to talk about the introduction to decentralized science, and we have some 6 sessions here today. And we will finish first session by 12. So we have 2 hours for the lunchtime. So please take a moment to, talk with people around you. And after the sessions, we're gonna start from 2 and like 6 after that, we're gonna have a dinner together here. So yeah, please wait here and then enjoy talking. So we have 2 halls here, like the bigger big hall, and then behind you, there's another room. So if you want to go the sessions, please go there, sessions 4 and 6. And after that, let me also really thank all the sponsors supporting us, Gifted DAOs, and Chugai and Dentsu Noeon Research supporting us. And also we have a bunch of sponsors supporting us with a travel grant. So without any support of them, we couldn't have this event. So All right. Yeah. Once more, again, like this is schedules. Well, if you want to take pictures, please take it. And the reason why I created this today's schedule is that I want to assign one of each session in each layer that I proposed. So first session will be about governance from Be the DAO and the Gifted DAO, and also Sarah, Sarah, and also Ariella. She's now in a woman in Web3 in science. So we're going to talk about that, and rest of the talks will be about ecosystem and infrastructures. And all the talks are we organized this event, and a lot of supporters here, so staff that all supported us. So let's thank you very much for the supporting us. And this is acknowledgement who really support and organize this event. Without any of them, we couldn't have this event today. And finally, we're going to have our poop. So if you want to get any of the poop like NFT, and so please talk to the reception. If you don't know what is this, and you can also ask what is that. Usually, like when you join some kind of event in crypto, usually people like give an NFT like as a kind of certificate. You join that. So this is for fun. And another point would be like this is like kind of to increase your credibility. You kind of join this kind of event and contributed somehow. Right, so we still have time, but yeah, let's finish it. Okay, thank you very much for coming today again. So.